So this video is going to be about Charleston White and Tevin Campbell because Charleston White is one of Tevin Campbell's characters, and I've been wanting to make this video for a while because a lot of you guys have been asking me to make a video about Charleston White, so that's why I'm making this video. I read most of your guys' comments, so as always, if you guys have any recommendations, let me know in the comments below. So as you guys can see by these side-by-side comparisons, Tevin Campbell looks so much like Charleston White, and these are young pictures of Tevin Campbell, and I wanted to show these before I get to the older pictures of Tevin Campbell because the fact that Charleston White even looks like the young version of Tevin Campbell shows that this is one of his characters. So now let's look at the details on these two characters because the devil is in the details. You know, when you really pay attention, you can really see the similarities in the smallest details. So right here, if you look at their right eye, which is our left, you can see that they both have the same twitch in their right eye. So look closely at their right eye, which is our left, because they literally have the same twitch in their eye. And they have the same smile as well, and the same nose. So even when we look at older pictures of Tevin Campbell, you can still see that he has that same twitch in his right eye that Charleston White has. And again, these two characters have the same exact smile. You know, this one is really easy to see. And for some reason, both of these characters started looking terrible as they aged. And I noticed a lot of celebrities are like this. You know, they have to artificially age them because they're not natural vessels. So that's why some of them look terrible when they get older. And some of them don't even age at all. You know, it all depends on the agenda for that character. So here's some pictures of Tevin Campbell that I want to show you guys because when I saw these, I thought it was Charleston White because he looks so much like Charleston White right here. These two characters look so much alike and they're the same age too. So that's a big similarity as well. But I'll get to all of the connections later. So here we got Charleston White doing symbolism. You know, Charleston White is not a real person. He's infiltrating as a YouTuber. So this shows that a lot of social media influencers on platforms like Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok are infiltrators. You know, they get on these platforms and try to act like a regular person, but they're not real. You know, there's a reason why Charleston White is constantly being pushed in the media. You know, anytime he beefs with somebody, it's always pushed in my feed. So that's how you can spot an industry plant because these characters are planted to push an agenda. And Charleston White's agenda is very obvious. He's always dissing death fakers, and it's obvious that eventually he's gonna fake his death because his whole career is based on dissing death fakers. And I'm gonna get to the gematria later because his name is heavily connected with death. But let's move on with the symbolism. So right here, Tevin Campbell is doing symbolism with his hand gesture on his chin. And as you guys can see, he paints his nails now. And this is a big agenda right now. For some reason, a lot of male celebrities are painting their nails now. And they've been doing this for years. But lately, it's just been so many of them back to back that started doing it. And a big one that I forgot to mention in my recent video is NBA Youngboy. Because if you look at him recently, he's been painting his nails black. And this is a new thing for him, you know. Before, he just painted his face. But now he's painting his nails. And I've seen a lot of other male celebrities do this, like MGK, Lil Pump, Lil Uzi, and the list goes on. You know, there's a lot of male celebrities that are trying to feminize men, and it's actually working because I'm starting to see real people in real life that are painting their nails now. And it's a really sad agenda, you know, that shows that a lot of people are heavily influenced by what they see online. So this is why I tell you guys to not be attached to celebrities because when they start pushing these agendas, their biggest fans are going to start doing this. And this is not right, you know what I mean? Like, painting your nails is a girl thing, and now we're seeing many big celebrities like NBA Youngboy with a huge following of young boys painting his nails, and now we're going to start to see kids painting their nails, and this is not right. So if you have any kids, I would recommend keeping them far away from celebrities as possible because celebrities are starting to raise children nowadays. You know, kids are on their phones every day, and they're constantly being influenced by celebrities like NBA Youngboy, and he's promoting painting your nails like if this is a normal thing. So I can go on and on about that agenda, but I'll make a separate video about that because there's so many other celebrities that I can mention with that. But moving along, Tevin Campbell recently came out the closet, as you guys can see in this article. And it's like I said, for some reason lately, a lot of celebrities have been pushing this agenda. And this one is really weird because Tevin Campbell is really old now. So why is he coming out of the closet now? And right here on the bottom, it says that he's always been like this, but he couldn't come out of the closet sooner because back then it wasn't accepted. But this shows that right now in this day and age, men coming out the closet is accepted. And that's why nobody's saying nothing about Youngboy painting his nails. You know, it's already accepted in today's society. So here's some more symbolism with Tevin Campbell when he was younger, because he got famous when he was young. And he has other young characters. You know, they made young characters out of his young version. So I will make a separate video on them. But anyways, as you guys can see, Tevin Campbell is doing one eye symbolism with the shadow. And then here he is again doing one eye symbolism in plain sight. And then right here, not only is he covering one eye, but he's also doing symbolism with his fingers. So yeah, Charleston White is Tevin Campbell's most relevant character right now. Now let's look at all of the connections between these two characters. So Tevin Campbell was born in Texas, and Charleston White was also born in Texas. So both of these characters are from Texas. And now let's talk about Charleston White's story, because this story really shows how Charleston White is an industry plant and he's infiltrating as a real person. So Charleston White had a tough upbringing and was already involved in crime in Texas at a young age. The report revealed that when Charleston White was 14, himself and 3 of his friends stole athletic jackets from a Foot Locker store. They would go on to shoot a man who confronted them. Keep in mind he was 14 when this happened, and dead equals 14, but I'll get to that later. Then it says the record revealed he was one of the first juveniles to be sentenced to murder under the Texas law. However, he was saved after 4 juvenile correctional officers put their jobs on the line to plead his case in court. So this is a key detail right here at the end, because he was supposed to be sentenced with murder, but for some reason, 4 of the correctional officers put their jobs on the line to plead his case in court. And that's not something that you see every day. A lot of these correctional officers would rather keep their jobs. So this shows that Charleston White is an infiltrator, and they wanted to keep his sentence short because they knew that he was going to be a celebrity later. You know, everything they do is scripted. And I just find it very weird that these 4 officers made the judge lower his sentence in court, because he only did 7 years, which is rare, especially in Texas, for murder. You know, that doesn't even make sense. And the other people that were involved in this case got like 70 years. So this really shows that they were showing favoritism to Charleston White because he's not a real person and he's infiltrating. And to prove even further that he was scripted to be involved in a murder like this, Charleston White and kills both equal 72 in gematria. So another connection between Tevin Campbell and Charleston White. Tevin is 5 letters and White is 5 letters. So Tevin Campbell's first name and Charleston White's last name have the same amount of letters. Tevin equals 70 and 65, and White equals 70 and 65. And then Tevin equals 25 and 29, and White equals 25 and 29 as well. So these two characters have the same gematria. And his full name is Tevin Jermid Campbell. His middle name Jermid has the same gematria as White. They both equal 65 and 29 in the same ciphers. And Charleston White also goes by the name Baby Blue. And blue is spelled without an E for some reason. But you're going to see that it's purposely done like this so that it can equal certain numbers in gematria. Because Baby Blue without the E equals 65 and Tevin equals 65. And Tevin Campbell's birthday is November 12, 1976. And Charleston White's birthday is May 17th, 1977. So these two characters are only 6 months apart. You know, this is a big connection. The fact that they're only 6 months apart and they look exactly alike. And for some reason, it was really hard to find Charleston White's birthday online. You know, there was a lot of misinformation because nobody actually knows anything about Charleston White, which really shows that he's an industry plant because there's little to no information about his family and even his birthday. You know, the only reason I was able to find his birthday is because he posted on his birthday and he said it was his 45th birthday on May 17th. And notice how in the title he said, Charleston White 45th birthday, alive and free. Isn't it kind of weird that he had to emphasize that he's alive and free? You know, that's kind of weird. So he's hinting at the fact that he's gonna fake his death, but I'll get to that later. First, I want to look at some more connections between Charleston White and Tevin Campbell. So Charleston equals 43, and Tevin Campbell's birthday, November 12, also equals 43 in the same cipher. And then both of their birthdays equals 75 and 76. So this is a big connection. You know, what are the chances that not only do their names have the same gematria, but even their birthdays have the same gematria? And then Tevin Jermid, which is Tevin Campbell's first and middle name, equals 54, just like Charleston White's birthday in the same cipher. And then Charleston White started an organization called HYPE, which stands for Helping Young People Excel. HYPE equals 54 and Tevin Jermid equals 54 as well. So this shows that even the companies that they own and organizations are scripted with a certain name. And then Charleston White was born on May 17th, which means that his zodiac sign is a Taurus. And Taurus equals 44, just like Campbell and Tevin Campbell's birthday. And Kill equals 44. And Charleston White's birthday also equals 44. So now let's get into all the connections with Charleston White faking his death. So Charleston White's birthday is on May 17th. And Kill equals 17. Charleston and Death Faker both equal 43 and 56 in the same cipher. And then his last name White equals 25, just like Death. And then his birthday, May 17th, equals 23 in the same cipher as Died. And then his nickname Baby Blue equals 20, and Death equals 20, and his birthday equals 20 as well. And then his birthday, May 17th in 1977, equals 47, and Fake Death equals 47 in the same cipher. And this is very interesting. So I was typing in "is Charleston" in the search bar, and the two recommended searches under it are "is Charleston White dead?" and "is Charleston White still alive?" So this shows that a lot of people think he's dead or that he's gonna die soon. And then the same thing with Tevin Campbell. You know, I typed in "when did Tevin?" and the two search results under were "when did Tevin Campbell pass away?" and "when did Tevin Campbell pass?" And when I clicked on it, there's a lot of articles that say "why is Tevin Campbell dead?" trending, "singer is still alive." So there's a lot of people that actually think Tevin Campbell is dead. You know, for some reason there's a lot of articles about it. And same thing with Charleston White. So that's a big connection right there. Now let's look at all of the gematria that Tevin Campbell has connected to death. So Tevin Campbell equals 53 and Killed equals 53. Tevin equals 25 and Death equals 25. And then his middle name Jermid equals 97 and Death equals 97. And then Jermid Campbell, which is his middle name and last name, equals 57, just like Passed Away. And then Tevin Campbell has the same gematria as his birthday, which shows that he's not a real person. He's just a character that was scripted to have this birthday and this name, because it's not common for someone's real name to have the same gematria as their birthday. So his name and his birthday both equal 53 in the same cipher. And then his birthday equals 43. And Death Faker equals 43 in the same cipher. So for sure, one of these characters are going to fake their death, if not both of them, because they're both heavily connected to death. And the fact that people already think that they're dead really shows that it's only a matter of time before they actually fake their death. And then Tevin Campbell's zodiac sign is Scorpio. And Scorpio has the same gematria as Death Hoax. Scorpio equals 41 and 40, and Death Hoax equals 41 and 40 in the same ciphers. And then Tevin Campbell was born in 1976, and Skull and Bones equals 76. And Skull and Bones is a secret society that represents death. You know, their logo is literally a skull and bones with an X. And Charleston matches up with Killing. They both equal 115 and 43. And as you guys know, there's a lot of Charleston killings in Charleston because Charleston is a city. And Divine Sade made a video on the most famous Charleston church shooting. So if you guys are interested in that video, go subscribe to our Patreon. The link is in the description below, because this entire shooting was scripted. And as you guys can see, there's a brick wall in the background of this picture. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. You know, last thing I want to mention is the fact that Charleston White's case was very scripted. You know, the fact that these officers lowered his sentence down to 7 years really shows that he's an industry plant. And I've noticed this with a lot of celebrities. If you really pay attention, a lot of them have been to jail, but for some reason they always get off, or they only get a couple years with probation. Whereas if it was a real person, they would get way more time in prison. And also, I found it interesting that Charleston White was in jail in the 90s, and Tevin Campbell was really famous in the 90s. So Tevin Campbell's character rose to fame in the 90s while Charleston White was in jail. And now that Tevin Campbell's character is off the scene, Charleston White's character blows up out of nowhere. So the timing of that was very interesting. You know, they didn't want these two characters famous at the same time. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to drop a like, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Follow me on Instagram and subscribe to my Patreon. The links are in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm out.